Welcome to more dog shit news. News the mainstream media wouldn't wipe their bottoms for. Jamie Lofthouse, aka Reese Lev-Eric, aka the sidekick of Brighton-based Satanist James Hind, Muttley, has been using the copyright feature on YouTube as a weapon against his hubby's lover Matt Taylor. Abusing Matt Taylor's fair use rights, jealous Jamie talks about Taylor, but denies him the right to allow other people hear what he has to say, using YouTube's copy strike feature as a weapon.
Yeah.
No, they can't get your information. Well,
No, they
can't
do.
get your information.
They do, because I did a copyright strike, and the person I did a copyright strike on then posted what YouTube sent them, which included my real name, obviously, my email address used, and I don't know about my, that you have to be careful. Now, in my case, I used an email address that I don't use for anything, because when I did this, the individual published what YouTube sent them, and I've been in a massive argument with YouTube, and they've sent me a massive apology over it because they shouldn't have done it due to agreement elsewhere. Yeah, so
I guess I feel also really sad for an individual who's known as Katie B, also known as A1000. I'm not sure if I've ever actually spoken to her before. You lose track of who writes what and where. But I tell you what happened on that call-in show with that idiot was just unacceptable. I mean, there is obviously an issue between Nikki Lee and this person. I think the intention from Nikki was to try and resolve things as much as she could. But you could see in Matt's face, couldn't you? He was grinning like, the proverbial Tony Blair's Cheshire Cat thing, getting red-faced, asking an inappropriate question. Do you have you had sexual relations or intimacy with what, from what I can tell, is a close friend? Bit of a bizarre question to ask someone in the context of some of the things that Katie was saying, and I think Katie was very angry. And having gone to her channel and listened to a few things, I can completely understand why she is angry. And I guess really the lesson is this. For one, this is why I don't do live shows, and why I wouldn't do a live show. You have to be a real professional to be able to bring two people like that together and create an environment where both feel calm enough to exchange really emotive issues. And I think maybe it would have been helpful if, how I would have done it is I would have spoken to Nikki, let her vent at me a little bit about how she felt. I would have done the same with Katie. I would have suggested a way of doing things, and I would have pre-recorded it. I wouldn't have done it live. And then once the two people that were the most important there, Nikki Lee and Katie B, if they were happy with it, then it goes out there. And if they're not, then it doesn't. But he was red-faced, he'd lost control of the situation, there was loads of disclosure coming out, and he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. And it's a massive failing. I think Nikki, from what I saw on her channel, she was very, I think, grateful to have the chance to kind of put her, air her views across, really. And it was good that she cleared up some of the stuff in the press. I mean, I hadn't read any of it, but I certainly know how the papers can cause a problem in the sort of sector that Nikki works in. Sorry, hay fever is doing me in, and it's not snorting Coca-Cola.
I'm bumming the hubby.